This shouldn't surprise you, but do you know that your natural hair color is the exact color that your skin tone requires for perfect balance? And in addition, your eye color fills in and creates a three-way complementary group of colors. This video is to demonstrate the color tester, which is secured around the neck with a leather strap. Included in the book are 60 color testers and 20 interseason combination color testers. For easy comparison, each color family has been arranged in warm, cool, and balanced colors. These color testers have been designed to flip down so that your eye has a chance to see the differences through quick comparisons. Begin by determining if the warm gold tester or the cool silver tester is best. Now for another viewpoint, you can take the hand and you can lay it on the gold and then on the silver, and by alternating you can pretty much tell which one is complementary to the skin tone.
Well, how do I determine which colors in each family are best?
Determine your best colors by process of elimination. The color families vary and you don't want to prejudge your colors. Try to select 2 or 3 good colors, and sometimes you can like 4 colors, and it is possible to only like 1 color in a color family. In testing the colors, to get an overview, bend the pages slightly so that you can look at several colors at the same time. Now if you've chosen the right colors in a family and they blend harmoniously, it'll look balanced and it won't overwhelm or understate you. If you have a color in there that causes disharmony, you will feel it and you can test the colors again. Since Kristen is my daughter, she has been draped hundreds and hundreds of times. I learned so much on her because her hair color is a real dark brown color. And whether we were going to warm it or we were going to cool it was always a big question. Now bright colors were always a little overwhelming. The autumn colors were fine. They felt good, and the muted colors worked. The balanced colors were excellent because they started to pick up a little of the pink of the cool blue side. Muted red. The other side of it came the blood red, which was a little clearer. And so right in between both reds, she sat in the yellow true red, and that's always been the best color of all. It gave her a contrast, warmed her up just enough, and then gave her the dark contrast that she needed. Watermelon, a coral, but see, because she was lacking pink tones in her skin, leaving it on the olive side, it was still a very cold olive, because when I get into the blue, do you see it just loses? In the old season method, and she was right in between a winter and an autumn, and so we were always trying to figure out.
I could always wear my clothes with your clothes, my autumn clothes with your winter clothes.
Often. That's right, but she would take my cold colors and then she would add a little bit of warmth and olive green. Now, Kristen's eye is very olive. That muted olive look. It's not the green intense of a bright eye. It's the dull olive look. So the olive neutrals were always really, really good. This blue green's excellent, and she was wonderful in the balanced greens coming around. Still has a coolness under that skin tone. Now I have some olive tones to my skin, but I have a warmness underneath my skin tone, and she has the cool part. But we're both missing the red tones in our skin, and so that's why we were exchanging the plums and wine colors that would add red to our skin tones. Okay, and then the royal blue.
But you would wear it with black, and I wear it better with a brown or a dark brown.
We just honored the difference there. Now charcoal in flat pale isn't quite as good as going to the yellow, gray, and then this is just one of her very, very best colors. It's got an ash olive tone to it. So with the charcoal, the ash olive, and the I think we're going to have to stick the gray in there too for balance. I think we need a lift of that, don't you? A little bit. rather than if I take it out.
You can kind of see the whites of my eyes.
It gives a little more
with this in it.
contrast. Yeah, just a little bit. That's where it would be. So in the book, just to show where the colors work in here, then she goes all the way around the bottom here. Okay. Okay, rusts are wonderful. They fill in and are good, but she needs to cool them with grays or charcoals or something in order to make those work right. So there again, we would always come back and use one warm and cool.
When you put this up, I notice I see the highlights coming out.
Warm highlights in your hair.
Whereas with the charcoal, I'll see my roots. I'll see this area.
Right, that brings
more.
forward the dark.
Mm-hmm.
And we like the dark look.
Yeah.
We like the more
Just
contrast. But wearing both of them, then you have the best of both.
Mm-hmm.
And those are some of the better combinations because it's warming and then it's bringing contrast at the same time. Light brown is very important for Kristen because it's more important than wearing the black. Now, there's the raw umber is good. The charcoal also works because brown is actually warmer than black, so the darkest brown is still wonderful. So she goes both ways on that. Creams, we will include cream in her color band, but she goes into the pinky beige. Now there's the black. Now she does wear black, and we'll have to go over into the combinations to show this. It's awfully cold with silver, but we start to warm it up here, and then it starts to connect again. So that's why she can go ahead and wear the warm colors. And if she does wear white, though, now watch this. If we come with the black, then we're going to cream it up. If we come with the white, which is too stark against the black, then we'll go the other side and we'll go back and we'll catch a dark brown, which will create contrast without overdoing the contrast. Well, actually, even this one works a little bit better. So you have your contrast there. And so you're having about the same degree of contrast between a raw umber brown and a white as you do a black and a cream. A black and a cream. So that way you're still maintaining the same degree of contrast, framing her and enhancing the contrast that she needs. And of course, we discovered certainly early on that the pinks could be worn with the browns to keep them warm. The blues weren't ever very useful for Kristen. We just didn't use them at all. We went into the teals. And of course the greens, again, are just wonderful beginning. So, thank you for all your assistance and help.